Good morning and welcome, everyone. It is Monday, December the 12th, 2022. It is currently 11:20 a.m. Central Time. Well, right now, I'm supposed to say today's focus is... because, well, that was our today's focus intro music, but this is not an episode of the Today's Focus podcast series. This is a miscellaneous podcast episode. It doesn't fit into any category because I am turning on the microphone simply to do a test. You see, yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? No, it was Saturday. Yes, Saturday I got for Christmas a microphone arm stand, right? I think it's called a boom arm stand. It connects to the table. It's long, and the microphone connects to the stand. And, well, I wanted to do a podcast episode, at least trying to test to see how this sounds. Now, this may not mean anything to you, maybe insignificant to you, but if you have ever seen my microphone stands, as long as I've been podcasting, my microphone has always been like sits on top of a box or books or just propped up by something. I've never really had a proper microphone stand. One, well, things cost money. Yeah, someone said new hardware, sweet. I either don't have the money or whatever the case may be, or want to use the money for something else. So I literally, the current microphone stand is the 4 volumes, the 4 volumes of the Liturgy of the Hour. Okay, those are expensive books. The 4 volumes of the Liturgy of the Hour, and then some other book on top of that. And then the microphones would stand on top of that. Not even very secure, not even a very probably best way to I mean, it would be very easy to knock the microphone completely off the top of those books. But that's what I've been using. I have used that microphone stand now for years. Well, it's been a combination of two. The 4 volumes of the Liturgy of the Hour and a random book. And then when I was broadcasting from the church, I was using I think it was 2 Bible dictionaries and 2 Trinity hymnals. That was my microphone stand. So that's what I've been using. I've been using a microphone stand. So I finally got this set up on the table. It looks pretty nice. The microphone looks a little crooked, so it's messing with my mind. I want it to look a little bit more straight. I guess ultimately it doesn't matter as long as it works. And I hope it sounds okay. I mean, it is right up next to my face. I can turn to the side, which I need to do because when I read, I always turn to the side. So hopefully that works well. I hope that works well. I should have brought, hang on, let me just do something really quick. I'm just going to do something really quick. I'm just going to open up my Bible. Let's see here. I'll just go to Psalm 119 because I was listening to a sermon last night in Psalm 119. It says here, "My soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word." And I was listening to a lecture last night from a seminary. I guess it wasn't a sermon. And they were going to all these places in Psalm 119 that said quicken or make alive or that type of thing. So I don't remember everything about it because it was around 3 a.m, but yes. So my soul cleaveth unto the dust, quicketh thou me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the way of thy precepts, so shall I talk of thy wondrous works. I think that works pretty good. The arm, I don't think I do lots of hand motions when I talk. Hopefully I don't knock the microphone stand, the microphone arm across the room, but I mean, it's at least connected to the table, so it would only move a little bit. I don't want to try to move it. I think I've got it as well as I could. I think I have it set up as well as I could. So, yeah, someone says it sounds excellent. That's great. That's good to hear. I think we can make this work today. I'm excited. I may have to, I may decide to move. See, if I move it this way, yeah, I can move it. Okay, I can move it. I'm moving it to the right, moving it to the left, moving it to the right, to the left. I don't know if that causes all kinds of major sounds, but I am moving the microphone. I'm moving the microphone. All right. I feel like I should move it up a little bit, but I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's right. I think it's right at the right level. I think it is. Part of me wants to move it up a little higher, but I think if I move it a little higher, I'll be talking too low into the microphone. And if I move it down, I'll be talking above it. So I think I'm talking right into the pop filter. It does not make any sound. Okay. So when I'm moving it. All right. So I've moved the microphone. Now I'm moving the microphone. Moving. Okay. Well, there was a sound because I hit the computer. I hit the computer. All right. So that's easy to move if I need to move it without making any sound. That's a good thing. I mean, I don't know where that would come into play. Main thing is to keep my hands off the microphone stand. That's the thing is to keep, well, see, I'm touching it, but, no, I do not use an Audio Technica. I use what is it? It's what's the name of the microphone? Hang on, give me 1 second. What do I use here? I use the Elgato Wave 3 Premium Studio Quality USB condenser microphone for streaming, podcast, gaming, and other things, all right? The Elgato, ELGATO Wave 3 Premium Studio Quality USB condenser microphone. That's what I use. I used to use the Blue Yeti. That's what we were using at the church. I don't remember. I think it was a year ago. And we started getting all these weird static showing up in the different episodes, just this random static. We could never figure out exactly what the problem was, but I think once we moved to the Elgato, I think it happened once or twice more, and I think it was something to do with the drivers on the laptop. But it seems that it worked out better than the Blue Yeti. So. The Blue Yeti, I think, is more, I guess you could say, more respected. It's considered a better microphone. But for us, the Elgato has worked. It's worked best for us. At least that's my estimation. It has worked best for us. So there we go. All right. That's weird. I'm looking at a picture of the microphone stand, and they have the microphone turned upside down. But I think that's using the high setting. So I don't know. This one would not work that way, turning it upside down. But okay. There you go. That's what we're using. For this microphone, and it works out pretty good. I'm checking something here. Making sure everything works out good. All right, there we go. I started with an Audio Technica microphone. That's what I started with. That was a long time ago. Talking like 18 years ago, a long time ago. And then moved to the Blue Yeti. Then moved to the Blue Yeti, the updated version. Then I think we used a different Blue Yeti, another updated version. And now we are stuck. I think we're going to be using the Elgato Wave 3 and any updated versions that they release. We try to do, we go with the cheapest way possible. And one of the things it has to be USB because I don't have a mixing board. I don't have a sound board. I don't have all of that stuff that most podcasters have. It's just a microphone plugged directly into a laptop. That is it. We go with a USB mic plugged directly into a laptop. And then we use the Spreaker Studio software for the most part to play our audio like this. We use the Spreaker Studio software to play all of our audio, and then we use the what's it called? The OBS 28.1.2 to stream live for Church 1 and Sermons 2.0. So we're using two different. I know we don't do anything the right way, but we're using two different software, two different softwares. Is that the way you say it? Two different systems to broadcast to different platforms. So that's how we have it set up. We tried a third, which was sermons.net, but sermons.net, how can I say this? Sermons.net, first, their software, it is so not user-friendly. But here's the thing about the sermons.net platform. I want to use it. I want to be broadcasting live there. But here's the thing. Their software takes control of your microphone and increases the volume to whatever they feel it needs to be to broadcast correctly on their platform, which basically means it artificially takes our microphone, turns the volume to 100. So it sounds great on sermons.net, but on Spreaker and on the on Sermons 2.0 in Church One, it's so loud that it's basically distorted and it's horrible. And it's like, why are they controlling my microphone? I don't want you to touch my volume. Let me control the volume. But they're supposed to do a major update on sermons.net coming up, I'm hoping this month, and with a whole new studio software. Once they try it, we will try it again, because I would love to be able to broadcast live on sermons.net, Sermons 2.0, Church One, Spreaker, theologycentral.net, the VBC Church website, the YouVersion Bible app, Google Maps. There's a lot of other places we would like to all of our stuff to be broadcasting from at the exact same time. But some of that requires multiple different software, and it really I know there's an easier way. Someone's going to be out there listening. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. He should have this. I understand. There's probably all kinds of things I could do to make it easier. But one, okay, send me the money. Two, I have to have the technical know-how and be able to set all of that up. It's not like my expertise is not necessarily there. I think I do pretty good for an amateur, and the fact that we broadcast on so many different platforms, I think we do pretty good considering the setup we have. $100 microphone, $100 microphone, and a very cheap Dell laptop. I mean, our setup is like, if any normal podcaster saw our setup, they would laugh at us and go, "Really? That's what you're using? You're pathetic." And I would have to admit that we are pretty pathetic. But at least I've got a microphone stand now. So this puts me in the level of the professionals now. I have a professional microphone stand. I'm no longer using a stack of books. So that means everyone who's been listening to me, you have to take me far more serious than you have in the past. It means that I'm now, look, I was already at about a 96, 97% always right. Now, just because I have a new microphone stand, I'm at 99.6% right all the time now. My average of my percentage of being correct has had to increase by multiple points just because now I have a microphone stand. I mean, is that the way it works? Okay, probably not. It's probably not the way it works. All right. So I think this is a test that we have done well on. I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to open the Sermons 2.0 app. All right, we got 4. It's amazing. When I'm broadcasting something super important and theological, sometimes our numbers are low. When I'm just doing a random test just to test the new microphone stand, all of a sudden we have lots of numbers. Okay, like why is that happening? Okay, here we go. I'm going to listen to us. How do we sound? Wait, I got to turn our volume up. It's amazing. We sound pretty good. When I'm broadcasting something super important and theological, that sounds pretty good. I think the microphone is located. I think I have it placed just right. I think I have my chair just right. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a reset here, make sure that everything is good to go, and then we will start live broadcasting today and see what we can do and what we can talk about. And I hope that we can get back onto a normal schedule. I know I've been away from the microphone for the last couple of days, but all of those festivities, all of those things that we were doing as a family, that's all over. It's done. And now I have from December the 12th to the end of the month to try to see how many podcast episodes we can accomplish, all right? Let's see if we can end the year strong. Let's see if we can, all right? Have lots of thoughts about that. We'll see what we can do. So this concludes a very random podcast episode where I'm testing a new microphone stand, and I can now retire the 4 volumes of the Liturgy of the Hours. Okay. The Liturgy of the Hours can now be retired back to my bookshelf so that I can use it for what they were designed for. I no longer have to just use them, because that's like, what, a $200 set of books that's used as a microphone stand, right? So really, if you think about it, my microphone stand before was more expensive than the one I'm using, because this is like a $77, $80 microphone stand. So I was using a $200 microphone stand. Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. Okay, all right. Okay, you can always contact me, newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. We will be back on the air, maybe 10, 15 minutes. Get everything a second to reset, and then we will see what we can get accomplished today. There's always more to do than the time we have, but we'll make the best use of the time that we have to talk about very important things. And as always, you have theological questions, biblical questions, or anything you want me to cover, email me, newsif@yahoo.com, newsif@yahoo.com. And whatever you send me typically it gets placed at the top of the list. And I usually try to cover what someone asks me in the email first. I try. I don't always, because sometimes people ask me questions and I'm just like, what do you want me to do with that? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, why does that even matter? Like, sometimes I don't know what to do with it, but I try. Okay. It is crazy windy outside. I don't know if you can hear behind me. We have chances of thunderstorms in the area today, and it is crazy windy out there. So, all right. I know you don't care. I wonder if you can hear that. I can't worry about if you can hear it today. I can't. I want to get I'm always looking at different ways to improve the room that I'm currently in for broadcasting purposes. But yeah, that window behind me can be very detrimental to other sounds coming into the microphone. It really can be. All right. We'll stop there. We'll be back, and I don't know. I got to figure out what we're going to do next. We need to do a Today's Focus. So we'll do a Today's Focus coming up in maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll see what the rest of the day looks like. Thanks for listening to this random test, and we are glad that it appears everything is working correctly. Thanks for listening. God bless.